Okay, these are Unit 0 Notes for algebra. Go ahead and write today's date in the blanks, 9/20/19. And then we'll start by filling out the I will be able to of what we will be doing next week in class. I will be able to solve multi-step equations using inverse operations. So again, I will be able to solve multi-step equations using inverse operations. Let's get started. So take a look at our steps on the left. My first step says to draw a line through the equal sign. So let's go to my example and let's draw a line through my equal sign. Continue that line all the way down. And then I'm also going to label the left side as left and the right side as right. Looking back at my steps, I just drew a line. Let's look at step 2. Identify which side of the equation has the variable. So if I look at this equation, 33 equals 3 times the quantity 1 plus 3a plus a, my variable is clearly on the right side. I also notice that there are 2 different places where I see the variable. So now that I go back, number 2, I know that my variable is on the right side. Awesome. Step 3 says to distribute if needed. So I'm going to go back to my equation and then I'm going to distribute on the right because I can see that there are parentheses which tell me I need to distribute. So I'm going to distribute the 3 to the 1 and the 3 to the positive 3a. So 3 times 1 equals 3, and 3 times 3a equals positive 9a. I'm now going to drop down my plus a, and I'm going to finish writing my entire equation. So I'll drop my equal sign, and I'm going to drop 33 on the left side. So now that I go back to my steps, step 3 is completed. I have distributed on the right side. Now step 4 says to combine like terms if needed. So if I look at step 4, it said combine like terms if needed. And when I look at the right side, I know that there are 2 places where I see an A, which means I need to combine like terms. So I'm going to circle both 9a and a because these are like. So I'm going to include the addition sign because the sign matters. And then I'm going to combine these. So 9a plus a gives me 10a. I'm going to drop my 3 down. I know that this 3 is added because the 10 is positive. I'm going to drop my equal sign and drop my 33 on the left-hand side. I'm going to go back to my number 4, and I've combined like terms. Now I need to make a see-do chart. So first, I'm going to make my see-do chart on this side, rather to the left. And then it's asking myself what is happening to the variable. So I'm going to find my variable and see what operations are happening with my variable. So when I first look at my variable a, I can immediately see that a is connected to 10 through multiplication. So I'm going to write multiply, I see multiplication by the number 10, which means I will divide, because it's the inverse of multiply, by 10. But I also see more. So if I continue to look on the right side, the side with my variable, a is connected to 10 through multiplication, and 10a is connected to 3 through addition. So I'm going to write add 3. The inverse of plus 3 is minus 3, subtraction. So now my C-do chart is complete. So let's go back to my steps. Step 5, I've added and made a C-do chart. I'm then going to use inverse operations to isolate my variable. And I'm gonna go back to my equation. So here's my C-do chart right here. Here's my equation. And I'm going to use these inverse operations to solve for A. So first things first, I need to start with this 3. I need to start here first. So I'm going to subtract 3 on the right side and subtract 3 on the left side. I know that 3 minus 3 is 0, so I'm going to cancel that out to 0. I know that 33 minus 3 is 30, so I'm going to drop 30 down, drop my equal sign to be consistent, and I'll drop 10A on the right. Now I'm going to cross that out. I'm done with that. I can now do the C-do of the 10. So now that I have 10A, I know it's multiplied by 10, so I'm going to divide by 10 on both sides. 10 divided by 10 is 1. I'm left with A on the right, and 30 divided by 10 is 3. So I'm going to circle my answer, A equals 3. I'm going to go back to my steps and check off choice 6. I have officially isolated my variable, and my solution is 3.